Well, good afternoon, guys. It's good to have you back at Kundalini Yoga for Householders. Hopefully you got to see the initial class that Satmandra did for us last week that explained what we're trying to do are some of the real basic parts of Kundalini Yoga so that you can really apply it to your life. Let's face it, we're living in some tough, difficult times right now. So we felt like it was really important to bring back to our awareness how useful Kundalini Yoga is just in day-to-day living. That's a lot of why it was brought to us by our Indian yoga friends and to help us out through these times. And so we really want to help you guys bring this back into your focus. Now, last week we were working on spinal flexibility. This week we're going to go just a little bit more esoteric, but it's something that's really important in all of our lives. And that is the energy of your aura. Now, the aura is, we recognize it constantly as a part of normal life. Almost every picture you see from the Middle Ages always shows that disc up behind the head of a holy person. Well, that's simply a representation of that spiritual energy that we call your aura in Kundalini Yoga. It's still very present. It wasn't only present in the Middle Ages. It's still part of every one of us. But it's one of those things that we've kind of forgotten about as we become more and more scientific and more in-your-face advanced. We forget about those things in life that have been known about forever, that energy field. I'll bet every one of you has had somebody walk into the room and you knew they were there without you even seeing them. You could feel their presence. We've all experienced that. Now what we're going to do today is recognize that and take advantage of it in our lives as a householder, as an everyday person, a working person. Right now it's especially important because we're being told to keep social distancing. Keep a 6-foot distance around us at all times to avoid getting infected by coronavirus. Well, this is a very important coincidence with the size of our aura. As it turns out, when your aura is fully charged, it goes 9 feet in every direction. So isn't that fascinating that you would get that 3-foot warning space if you're well tuned up and tuned in to your natural energy field? You'd have that 3 feet of space before somebody actually got within your 6-foot social distancing space. So today we're going to do a Kriya that really tunes up that ability to sense and to have that field of protection around you. So let's get tuned in with our mantra. Now you'll remember last week Satmandra talked about this mantra, this tune-in mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. He talked about that meaning, Om Namo, I bow to the creative force of the universe. And Guru Dev Namo, I bow to that teacher that's within me, that's lined up with all of the yoga teachers that have ever come before me, and in sync with them. And I'm going to honor the way they taught it, and I'm going to do my very best to try to emulate the way they performed the Kriya. Now, that being said, there's an ideal and there's a real. So keep that in mind as you're doing this. Let's go ahead and get tuned in, and then we'll take off and get our auras charged. Bring your hands together at the center of the chest. A deep breath in. Close your eyes and focus at your third eye point. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Relax your hands into your lap and consciously make that connection that I talked about with all the gurus that have come before you, all of the practitioners of Kundalini Yoga. Feel that connection. You just performed a mantra that's been done by every yoga practitioner into time before we can even count. Feel that connection. Okay, this week's Kriya starts out standing up, and I'm going to do my best to stay in the frame for you, so I won't get up too high. It's actually in triangle pose, so you're going to come down with your hands down on the mat, a good solid foundation, and then you are going to exhale, and you're going to go as close to the ground as you can and then back up. That's just a single push-up. Okay, get that feeling and back up. Now I want you to raise, now that you got that feeling, raise one leg and the same thing. Go close to the mat and back up. Exhale down, inhale up. And I want you to do that for a minute and a half. Do the best you can. Like I said, there's real versus ideal. Be careful and don't bash your face. Go close as you can. If you're struggling, only do one or two, but I'll bet after you practice this a while, you'll be able to build up to it. So it's a minute and a half on with the right leg up, then you're gonna switch over, left leg up, and the same thing. Exhale down, inhale up. A minute and a half each side. Give that a shot, guys. I'll be here when you get back. Okay, let me get it just a little bit of an angle to you here. This is going to be a lot easier in this one. So, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our left hand out, just like you've reached out to grab a pole or something, okay? We're going to bring our right hand underneath it, and we're going to turn that right hand so both palms are facing to the right. Then I'm going to interlock my fingers. So my right hand is on the back of my left hand. Once again, left hand out, I come around and I grab the back of my left hand. Now, I'm going to inhale and raise my arms to 60 degrees. Exhale and bring them back down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And I want you to keep your elbows as straight as you possibly can, and I want you to keep doing that for 3 minutes. Up and down, up to 60 degrees, back down with the exhale. Inhale, raise them up, back down to the exhale. Now, when you get to the end of that 3 minutes, I want you to bring it as high as you can and stretch, 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 and raise it up. 3 minutes up and down, stretch straight up, and I'll see you when you get here. Well, welcome back, guys. That one was a little easier. Hopefully you're calmed down from the very first asana, and you're really feeling that centering and the energy starting to pump up to fill your auric space. This last one is going to spread that energy that you pumped up with the previous asana. This last one's going to spread that horizontally out through your auric space. So this one starts out with your arms in front of you, parallel to the ground, palms parallel. And you're simply going to, as you inhale, bring your arms all the way back as far as you can. Really open the chest, raise the chest, and then exhale, back together. Inhale, let them fall back. Exhale, back together. Inhale, fall back, and exhale, back together. And while you're doing this, focus at that third eye point. Relax, long, deep, smooth breaths, inhaling as you open and lift your chest to the universe. Exhale, close back. 3 minutes. Give me 3 minutes on that one, guys, and then I'll see you back here. Well, welcome back. That was a tremendous Kriya. It's really short, but there's an unbelievable amount of energy that comes from that if you practice it and lengthen those times out a little bit. The time for the very first Kriya, where you're doing the triangle push-ups, that can actually go up to 7.5 minutes per side. 7.5 minutes with your right leg up, then another 7.5 with your left leg up. And then for each of the next two exercises, for the one where you're pumping the energy up, that one can go up to 15 minutes. And then the third exercise, this one can be at 15 minutes as well. So if you were doing the full, absolutely total full exercise, it'd be 15 minutes for the first asana and then 15 minutes for each of the next. And that will really, really energize to the maximum that auric strength. It also is tremendous at projecting your personality and what you want to be able to project into a situation, so that you don't have to feel like that wallflower. You come into a situation carrying your energy, carrying your pride and your ability to make your place in the world. So I hope you give that a try, guys. It's a great Kriya, and it just gets better the more you practice it. Now let's go ahead, and I've got a special meditation for you today. It's called the Divine Shield Meditation for Protection and Positivity. I love this one because it brings us into such a warm, close relationship with the universe. When we were a child, every baby calls out to its mother for help with the word ma. Ma. It's one of the first words that many of us learned. And we forget the power and the energy of that word as we grow older. But as it turns out, that is a mantra that carries tremendous energy. We're born with that mantra so that we can attract the attention of our mother. As adults, when we use that mantra, it brings that same close relationship with the universe and calls for the universe to aid in your protection and aid in the power of your aura. Very simply done. We sit with one foot flat. The other foot, we lay that knee down and we bring the ball of the foot right about at the ankle bone. We're going to make a fist with our left hand, put it down by the hip so that you're well balanced. The right elbow goes up on the knee, and then we press on a pressure point right behind the ear here that will really give us that deep intention. Our hand curls around the ear. We close our eyes and look at the third eye point, and the mantra is take in a long deep breath and simply Ma. When you run out of breath, take a new breath, and again, Ma. Make your mantra long and clear, but try to feel the vibration inside you. Try to feel that vibration. Feel it in that bone where you're pushing. Feel the vibration and the energy, and soon you'll start feeling that return energy and that relationship, that cycle that you have with the universe, very same to when you'd call out for the human mother and she'd come. Give it a try, guys. It's very, very powerful. It's a very personal meditation. It can be very emotional. So give it a try. Put your heart into it like all the yogis that have come before you, and give it your best. So I hope today you've been able to pump up that aura some, get yourself that protective field of not just 6 feet around you, but 9 feet in every direction, and that you build that relationship with the universe so you walk out with confidence and power and energy into your everyday life as an everyday person. Let's close with the same Welsh folk song that we always close with. May the long time sun shine upon you. Bring your hands together at the center of the chest. Deep breath in. Oh, may the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Oh, may the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. Deep breath in. Sat Nam. Sat Nam.